Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something that might sound unbelievable, but I believe it with all my heart. You can change everything in just one day. Now, you may be thinking, how can one day make all the difference? Doesn't change take time? Don't I have to go through years of effort? Let me assure you, the spark of transformation can be ignited in an instant. The truth is, everything starts with a decision. The smallest decision, made with purpose and conviction, can set the course of your entire life. And when that decision is coupled with the right mindset and actions, you've just set the stage for a new life. It's easy to think that change is something that happens slowly, but change can be instantaneous. It's the mindset, the choice, and the commitment that matter. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. Right now, today, you can take the first step toward a better future. The way you view the world, the way you approach challenges, and the way you define success, all of that can shift in a single day. So I challenge you, what is the one thing you can do today that will set the wheels of change in motion? It all begins with a decision. Your life doesn't change because of circumstances. It changes because of the choices you make. One powerful decision can shift your entire path. The past is over, and tomorrow hasn't arrived. The only time you truly have is today. You can start right now, in this moment, to take action toward the life you want. Never underestimate the power of commitment, believing you can in the present moment. Change isn't just external, it's internal first. When you change the way you think, you change the way you act. Start with the belief that transformation is possible right now. Practice meditation and practice the mantra of I am. Own your life. Take responsibility for where you are and recognize that you have the power to change it. No one else is in control of your future but you. Yes, big change takes time, but it's the small, consistent steps that start today that lead to monumental change. Don't underestimate the power of doing something small today to create something extraordinary tomorrow. Change requires action. The more committed you are to acting on your decisions, the faster your transformation will occur. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Act today. One day of action creates momentum. Momentum leads to more momentum, and that's how a single day of change can lead to long-term success. It's about getting the ball rolling. Start little and build momentum through the day. The power of a single decision is often underestimated, yet it is the most significant force you will ever encounter in your life. You see, the quality of your life is determined by the decisions you make, and more often than not, it's a single moment of clarity, a moment of courage that can alter the entire course of your future. People spend years wondering how to change, how to improve, how to reach their potential. But the truth is, it's all in a decision. You don't have to wait for a special occasion or a grand moment to make a life-altering choice. It doesn't require a perfect set of circumstances, a complete transformation, or all the pieces of the puzzle to fall into place. All it takes is one decision, made with absolute conviction. It could be a decision to change your attitude, to take responsibility for your life, or to commit to something greater than you've ever done before. That single decision has the power to set you on a completely new path. Many people make decisions based on what's comfortable, based on what seems easiest. But the decisions that truly change your life are often the ones that push you beyond your comfort zone, the ones that challenge you to grow, the ones that require discipline and commitment. Once you make that decision, the universe has a way of responding. The right people show up, the right opportunities open up, and the right circumstances align. But it all starts with you, with the choice you make in this very moment. The greatest breakthroughs in history, in business, in personal achievement, all started with a single decision. And let me tell you, this decision doesn't have to be a dramatic or heroic moment. Sometimes it's just deciding that today will be the day you stop making excuses. Sometimes it's the quiet decision that you are no longer willing to tolerate mediocrity in your life. That's the decision that changes everything. Don't underestimate the power of one choice because it has the potential to change your life forever. One decision is all it takes to step into a new realm of possibility. Make that decision and watch as the world begins to respond to the new direction you've chosen. Too often, we get caught up in the past, haunted by mistakes, missed opportunities, and regrets. We look ahead to the future, filled with hopes, dreams, and expectations. But rarely do we focus on the most important moment of all, the present. Today is the only time you have, and if you don't make the most of today, you'll find that time has slipped away without you accomplishing what you could have. The past is gone, and no amount of thinking about it will change what happened. The future, on the other hand, is unknown, and while you can plan for it, you can't control what will come tomorrow. But today? Today is yours to shape. It's the foundation on which the future will be built. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal circumstances, or the right time to act, you're missing out on the immense power of the present moment. Consider this. Everything you want to achieve in the future begins with what you do today. If you don't make a choice to act, to move, to improve right now, you're essentially putting your dreams on hold. The most successful people are the ones who focus on making today count, because they know that tomorrow's success is determined by today's effort. Today's effort. Today's effort. We can't afford to waste today. You might think that one day, 1 hour, or even 1 minute doesn't matter much in the grand scheme of things, but it does. The habits you create today, the decisions you make today, the actions you take today will have a ripple effect that extends far beyond the present. What you do today will determine what you accomplish tomorrow. And so for a better tomorrow, you have also got to be on the long vision, which is the vision that brings you happiness and fulfillment. Ask yourself, what can I do today that will move me one step closer to my goals? What small action can I take right now that will make a difference in my life? Take that action. Because the road to success doesn't begin tomorrow, it begins today. When you start focusing on today, your life will begin to shift. You'll stop waiting for perfect conditions or ideal opportunities. Instead, you'll realize that today, in its imperfections, its struggles, its challenges, is the best time to make progress. It's the only moment you control. And when you commit to making the most of today, that's when everything starts to change. So don't wait. Make today your starting point, and everything else will follow. Your mindset is the most powerful tool you have in shaping your life. It's not your circumstances, your situation, or even your past that determines your future. It's how you think about those things. The way you view the world, how you respond to challenges, and what you believe is possible for you, that's what drives your actions. And those actions create your results. Think about it. Two people can face the same challenges, the same obstacles, and one of them will be defeated by them, while the other will rise above and thrive. What's the difference? It's their mindset. The person who thrives sees opportunity where others see defeat. They don't focus on what they can't control. Instead, they focus on what they can change and how they can improve. Their mindset doesn't tell them to quit. It tells them to find a way, and that makes all the difference. Your mindset is like the lens through which you view everything in life. If that lens is clouded with negativity, doubt, or fear, you'll see obstacles where there could be opportunities. But if you train your mind to be solution-oriented, to believe in possibilities, to think big, suddenly the world becomes full of chances for growth and success. When you understand the power of your mindset, you realize that you're not bound by your current situation. You can change the way you think and in turn change your reality. A positive, growth-oriented mindset doesn't just help you in good times. It's what sustains you in the tough times. It's what fuels your perseverance when the road gets rough. It's what helps you turn setbacks into lessons and failures into stepping stones. A successful mindset starts with belief. You have to believe that you are capable, that you can improve, and that your goals are achievable. Without that belief, nothing else matters. But when you believe in yourself, you're willing to take action, to push through discomfort, to try again when you fail, and to keep going even when the journey gets hard. You've heard it said that success is 90% mindset and 10% skill. And that's not just a catchy phrase. Your mindset determines how far you're willing to go, how much effort you're willing to put in, and how much you're willing to learn. It's the catalyst for everything that comes after. Change your mindset and you change your life. It's as simple as that. So take a moment and ask yourself, what's your mindset like right now? Are you focused on limitations or are you focused on possibilities? If you want to unlock your full potential, start by shifting the way you think. Because your mindset is the engine that drives you toward everything you want to achieve. Once you get that right, everything else falls into place. Taking responsibility is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in your life. It's easy to point fingers, to blame others, or to make excuses. But if you want to create lasting change, you have to stop looking outward and start looking inward. The truth is, no one else is responsible for your life but you. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you will start taking control of your future. When you take responsibility, you stop being a victim. You stop allowing circumstances or other people's actions to determine your fate. You accept that you are the architect of your life. Your choices, your actions, and your responses to challenges are what shape your reality. If you're not where you want to be in life, it's not because of the economy, your upbringing, or the people around you. It's because of the decisions you've made or the decisions you've failed to make. Taking responsibility means owning up to your mistakes, but it also means owning your success. Too often, people blame their failures on others, but never give themselves credit for their wins. The truth is, success is a result of the responsibility you take for your actions, good and bad. When you take full responsibility, you stop relying on excuses and start finding solutions. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you, and instead you become the hero of your own story. It's also about understanding that responsibility is not just about fixing what's wrong, it's about improving what's already right. When you take responsibility for your personal growth, you become proactive. You take control of your habits, your mindset, and your actions. You don't wait for motivation to show up, you create it by taking action. And as you take responsibility for your own development, you become the person capable of achieving everything you desire. When you embrace responsibility, you free yourself from the prison of blame and excuses. You stop being at the mercy of life's uncertainties, and instead, you begin to craft your destiny. It's not always easy, and it often requires uncomfortable honesty, but it's the only way to grow, to succeed, and to reach your highest potential. Understand that responsibility doesn't mean doing everything on your own, but it means being accountable for the choices you make. It means acknowledging that no matter the external circumstances, your power lies in the decisions you choose to take. Once you own that responsibility, you unlock a new level of freedom. Freedom from excuses, freedom from limitations, and freedom from waiting for things to change. When you take responsibility, you realize you have the power to change your life, one decision at a time. And that's where real transformation begins. Consistency over time is one of the most underrated yet powerful principles of success. It's easy to get excited about a new goal, a new project, or a new idea. The energy, the enthusiasm, the dreams, they all come rushing in. But what separates those who achieve great things from those who don't is simple: consistent action over time. Now, you see, success is not about doing something extraordinary once or twice. It's about doing the ordinary things day in and day out without fail. It's about committing to the process, even when the initial excitement wears off, even when the results aren't immediate. Most people quit too soon. They start with excitement but lose steam when they don't see quick results. They forget that success is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying disciplined when the results are still on the horizon. The truth is, time will pass regardless of what you do. So the question is, what are you going to do with that time? Every day that you show up and give your best effort, no matter how small the action, is a step forward. And as those steps accumulate, they compound into something much greater than the sum of their parts. One day of effort might not seem like much, but over time, those efforts add up to massive change. And when one thing is well dissolved in the other, this will ultimately make you a better person. This is why consistency is so critical. It's not about the occasional burst of effort or inspiration. It's about forming habits that push you toward your goals day after day, no matter what. When you commit to consistent effort, you don't have to wait for motivation to strike. Your actions create their own momentum. Consistency makes success inevitable because it builds trust in the process. It's that steady, unshakable commitment that turns dreams into reality. This principle applies in every area of life: your health, your relationships, your career, your personal development. It's the small, consistent actions that lead to extraordinary results. Don't be fooled by the flash of instant success or quick wins you see in others. What really matters is the quiet, ongoing effort that happens behind the scenes when no one is watching. That's where true progress is made. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep moving forward consistently. The journey is made up of many small steps, not a single giant leap. And over time, those steps will lead you to places you never thought possible. So, commit to the long game. Don't be discouraged by setbacks, delays, or the seeming lack of progress in the short term. Trust in the power of consistency. Know that every day you continue moving forward, no matter how small the progress, you are closer to your goal. Time will pass. Make sure you're using it to build the future you want. If you want to achieve anything significant in life, you need to understand one fundamental truth. Action is the key. Ideas, plans, and dreams are important, but they mean nothing unless you take massive action toward them. You can have all the knowledge in the world, all the strategies, all the resources, but without action, you have nothing. Taking massive action means going beyond the small, safe steps. It means committing to your goals with a level of intensity that makes people take notice. It's about doing whatever it takes to move forward, whether you feel ready or not, whether it's convenient or not, whether you have all the answers or not. The most successful people in any field are the ones who take massive, consistent action every single day. They don't wait for the perfect conditions. They don't wait for permission. They act, and they act boldly. Too often, people get stuck in the planning phase. They analyze and reanalyze. They wait for the right time, and they convince themselves they need more information or more experience. But the truth is, you learn by doing. You improve by taking action, not by sitting on the sidelines. Every time you take action, you learn something new. Even if the action doesn't lead to immediate success, it's never a failure, it's a lesson. And every lesson brings you one step closer to where you want to go. Massive action is what creates momentum. You see, when you take action, you start to build energy, and that energy pushes you forward even when challenges arise. It's easy to stay motivated when everything is going well, but real success comes when you're willing to keep taking action in the face of adversity. The key is to keep moving, even when the road is tough, because momentum will carry you through. When you stop taking action, momentum halts, and that's when things start to slow down. On the other hand, perfectionism, when kept unchecked, can spill over into suicide. Taking massive action also means being willing to make mistakes and face setbacks. No journey towards success is a straight line, but those setbacks are not reasons to stop. They're simply parts of the process. Every time you stumble, every time you face resistance, you get stronger, you get wiser, and you get closer to achieving your goals. The ones who win are the ones who persist, who act in spite of fear, doubt, and failure. If you're serious about your dreams, you've got to put in the work. Success doesn't come to those who wish for it. It comes to those who act relentlessly toward it. Don't wait for opportunities to fall into your lap. Go out and create them. Don't wait for the stars to align. Align yourself with the stars through the power of massive action. If you truly want to change your life, if you want to achieve things most people only dream about, you must take action every single day. The power to change your life lies in the steps you're willing to take toward your goals, no matter how small, no matter how big. So ask yourself, what massive action can I take today? What one step can I make that will push me closer to my goals? Because when you take massive action, you not only create momentum, you create your future. Momentum is a force, a power that can propel you to heights you never imagined. Yet, so many people fail to understand just how crucial momentum is in achieving success. They think that success is a result of one big dramatic action, one huge breakthrough. But the reality is that momentum is what carries you through every obstacle and challenge. It's the small, consistent actions that build upon one another, creating a chain reaction that accelerates your progress over time. See, once momentum gets going, it becomes easier to take action. When you start moving, even with small steps, you begin to build confidence. That confidence fuels more action, which in turn creates more results, and before you know it, you're on a roll. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It may start small, but as it picks up speed, it grows bigger and bigger, gaining strength and power. That's what momentum does for you. Most people give up before momentum can truly take hold. They start something with excitement, but when the results don't come immediately, they lose patience and stop. They don't realize that the results they want are just on the other side of consistent action. The key is to keep going. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you're setting the stage for the next step and the next, until one day you look back and realize how far you've come. Momentum isn't just about taking any action. It's about taking the right action consistently. When you choose to show up every day, when you choose to put in the work, even when you don't feel like it, you start to build that momentum that will eventually carry you through the tough times. Momentum isn't a fluke. It's the result of deliberate, continuous effort. Getting alignment. Concretely putting your goals in writing will also help you attract a mentor and elevate your level of influence. Another thing to remember is that momentum works both ways. If you're consistently negative, if you're stuck in bad habits or procrastination, that momentum will also build. It's like digging a hole. It gets deeper and harder to escape as time goes on. But when you build positive momentum, everything starts to align. Opportunities begin to present themselves. People start noticing you. And your own belief in yourself grows stronger. Don't underestimate the power of momentum, because it's one of the most reliable forces in achieving success. Even when things get tough, keep moving forward. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You just need to take the next step. Trust that momentum will carry you further than you could ever imagine. The more you act, the more momentum you build, and the more momentum you have, the easier it becomes to reach your goals. Momentum doesn't just change your trajectory, it transforms your entire life. Remember, it all starts with that first step. Once you take it, keep moving and never stop. Because momentum is always working in your favor. And before you know it, you'll be accomplishing things that once seemed impossible. Keep the momentum going, and the sky is the limit. The power of starting small is often overlooked, yet it holds the key to lasting success. People tend to get overwhelmed by the big picture, the massive goals and grand outcomes, and they end up paralyzed, unsure of where to begin. But here's the truth. Nothing great ever starts great. Everything begins with a small, humble beginning. It's not the size of the start that matters. It's the willingness to take that first step, no matter how small it seems. Beginning. The reality is that most people are waiting for the perfect moment to begin, but the perfect moment never comes. Instead, you create your own perfect moment by starting with what you have, where you are. Don't wait for everything to align perfectly. Take action now, even if it's just a small action. That single step is powerful because it gets you moving. It breaks the inertia, and once you're moving, momentum follows. Momentum builds on those small steps, and before you know it, what once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. Think about how a snowball starts rolling down a hill. At first it's small, maybe the size of a marble, but as it picks up speed and accumulates snow, it grows. That's how success works. The little steps you take today compound into something much bigger tomorrow. One book read, 1 hour of work put in, one healthy meal eaten. They may seem small in isolation, but when you repeat them consistently, they lead to extraordinary change. When you start small, you give yourself room to grow. It's much less intimidating to take small, manageable actions than to try to tackle everything all at once. Starting small allows you to build confidence and gather the knowledge you need along the way. The key is consistency. It's not about making huge leaps all the time. It's about making steady progress in the right direction day after day. The little changes you make today will add up, and before you know it, you'll have accomplished far more than you ever thought possible. Remember, every big achievement in life began with a small decision to take the first step. No one wakes up one day and achieves greatness out of nowhere. It's the consistent, small actions taken every single day that create lasting results. Start where you are, start with what you have, start small. But whatever you do, start. That's where the magic begins.